Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Wake Up Right, where I share all the things that help me live each day a little brighter. Welcome to August. Hello August. Oh my goodness. I wanted to make August this like super pleasant reset month, and I still intend to do that for myself, but I have been so sick. I've been so sick. So it's not COVID. I did an at-home test. I went and got tested. I have been extremely useless the past couple days, the past 2 days specifically, and today I'm like, no more. It's from the neck up. I am getting back to my groove. I am about to go do some trail running, which I haven't done while doing my Couch to 5K program, but I don't want to put this off. So I'm gonna go to a shady spot and just do some intervals, see how I feel, and break in my new trail running shoes. So last year I even made a video. I got these amazing trail running shoes. They aren't barefoot, but they are very minimal, and I love that they allow my foot to spread out. Since I have used these, I have not rolled my ankle at all. I have really built up muscles in my feet and in my ankles, and I've really appreciated that. So I am very excited to have sized down. I am now in my actual size. So like my foot measures about a 7, 7.5, and I typically buy an 8, 8.5 like throughout my life for running shoes, and these are 8.5s. So last year I was ecstatic that I could fit my fat foot into a size 10. So they were just way long, but they did the trick, and I am excited to retire those and just use these. So I got these, and then I got a new pair of actual running shoes, and I just got the same exact ones because they were on clearance and they were super amazing. So I didn't really see a reason to change, but I'll show you all the wear patterns on the bottom of my Hokas, and they're just done. Like, I've done the miles to retire them, so I am doing that. Anyway, let's go to the trail. As I ran today, I felt so calm. I have learned to enjoy not listening to anything. I'm actually getting to a point where I prefer not to listen to anything. I have found that my heartbeat kind of lulls me into this place of calm, and my thoughts get really clear. It's really enjoyable, and something I really haven't experienced except for maybe like in yoga. And in a way, every time I do these intervals, I do my 5K training, I find myself renewed and even more excited to continue my training. I love that when I'm doing this, the noise just kind of falls away, like all the self-doubt, all the thoughts that run through my mind that aren't really mine, just that stream of consciousness that's always there, they just fall away, and it's just me, my breath, and movement. It's such a soothing place, and I love it. The humidity was so good for my throat, and being outside, especially in the woods, is just always good for my mental health, and I feel like it definitely prepared me for setting forth my goals for this month and getting ready to talk about it. All of my goals this month revolve around bringing calmness, consistency, kindness, and peace to my mind and to my days, and honoring my internal needs as I seek to distinguish my voice apart from the noise we are all faced with daily. I'll circle back around to these goals when I get home. I feel really good. I think this hot, humid fresh air was really good for my throat. I feel everything moving. I feel better. So we'll see how we feel in a couple hours. I'm about to head back to the house. I brought cough drops. I only needed one as I was getting out of the car, and I'm pretty stoked. So let's go home. So I am home. I got freshened up. I even put on some makeup, which I almost never do. I always wear lip gloss, but lip gloss and mascara, that's kind of what I typically do. But I decided to, like, you know, do the whole shebang, or my whole shebang. Chippy is right here with me. No, you can't see her. I'll use my phone and show you. It's the Chippy Cam. Hi, Miss Chipperoos. You're so beautiful. Yeah, you want to stay up underneath me for this video? She's like, I have an itch. Goodbye. So I wanted to talk about my August plans and goals and all of the things. I haven't been doing monthly videos and I'd like to start again. I don't know what it's gonna look like exactly. I don't know what my channel is going to look like exactly going forward. I am just taking control of my journey, my story, and moving forward and doing the things that I know I need to do in order to protect myself and move forward strong so that I lose the weight that I need to lose and that I am working on my life goals. And that is, I feel like, very, very important to do, is just tune in to what we need. And I feel strongly that in order to tune in to what I need to reset. I know I talked about that last month, and I feel like that's just continuing into this month. Last month was so full of travel. This whole summer has been full of travel, and it has been so good for my heart in so many ways. And then I've had little sprouts of just not great things happen amongst amazing things. It's very interesting the way this summer has been for me. And how has your summer been? I can't believe that it's August and summer is almost over. I love August. It's like the gateway to fall. I feel like we always went back to school in like late August, mid-August. At some point it was early September, but it kept pushing back into August until I think like my last year of school, we started early August. Back to school is like fall time. It's when the air starts to change, and I love fall. I love that time of year. It always makes me think of like burnt orange, probably because everything begins to lose that like vibrant green. Everything kind of takes a warmer undertone as it gets hot and as the seasons, as I said, get ready to change. Anyway, I want to talk about my goals for August, and then I think we'll just go from there. So my goal for the month of August is to sort of just find my footing and get back into a good routine, or maybe even get into a better routine than I've ever had, as I've been sharing my journey on YouTube. I feel like all of my life I've worked. I've always used my career to regulate my schedule. Now I've had a schedule, but it's very flux and I need to be more regimented, I feel like. And so I'm gonna really lean into that feeling and work on doing that. So the first thing I want to do for August is I want my husband and I to have a no spend month. There are a few things that we have to do this month that we will have to spend some money on, and I may take you on some of those things, but mostly, I mean, I'm not gonna like shop. I'm not gonna like buy fall decor, even though all of the stores have fall decor. I don't know when I started buying a bunch of fall stuff. I always liked the idea of having like a good fall wreath, but like I think it was in El Paso, I was like, oh, we should decorate for everything. And I still think decorating for things can be very special, but I just want to pull back from buying things that we don't need, things that I'm then gonna have to sort through and get rid of. And speaking of that, another thing I'd like to do is room by room declutter our life this month. I want to focus on getting rid of as much things that we don't use and haven't used as possible, and just kind of get to a clean slate for the new season. Just refresh our home. We have needed to paint downstairs, and I think I'm just gonna do it. We're painting. We're painting downstairs. I for myself, I'm gonna weigh every day this month. I'm not gonna necessarily share it. I probably won't share it at all. There's so much positivity here on my channel, and it really wasn't until last month that I realized how much the negativity affects my ability to share. And I am trying to shed that that blanket of being controlled by that negative aspect. I don't engage with that type of stuff. Awareness that it's out there makes every negative thing that I go through worse, because I'm like, oh, this will be in somebody's thumbnail. It's really hard to deal with people who cheer for your bad moments. I am here because I want to share my story. I want to document my journey as I go. It's rough when people are going to twist your story in order to sell things as if you're not a person dealing with different struggles. I had so many struggles this summer that are completely unrelated to my weight loss, and in order to process that and to do it in a healthy way, I'm just stepping back and not expending that emotional energy I have been in dealing with that type of negativity. And so that's what it looks like for me. I'll be sharing my weigh-ins again. I just don't know if that's going to be this month or next month, or if I'm going to do it monthly. I don't know how I'm going to go forward. I hope that you're still here for the journey. And if not, I totally understand. I totally understand if this is not the channel for you. But I need to take a moment and gain my footing so that I go forward strong and I can continue to face extremely aggressive negative attention where people are just trying to use my name in order to sell products or get views. And they can do that, but that doesn't change the fact that it affects me. And I need to get to a place where that doesn't affect me. And that's what I'm doing. So the next thing that I really want to do this month is eating a very balanced diet and lean towards anti-inflammatory foods and figuring out what those are. I may even schedule a test for sometime in September if I can, get like a full panel done and see what foods are causing inflammation in my body and eliminate those foods from my diet. So I don't know that I'm going to do that, but I am definitely going to start looking into doing that this month and maybe do that in September, October, whenever I can get in to get scheduled. And I want to start journaling more regularly. I've noticed as I've been doing my 5K training that is so like cathartic that there's like a rhythm. I try not to listen to any music or anything when I do my 5K training. So when I do my 3 miles per time, I listen to music. I try to just move with my breath and nice even inhales and exhales. I try to focus on my posture and switching my feet. Like switch, 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 switch. And just having good running form. And as I've done that, I've noticed I get into this point where all the noise in my mind kind of fades away and my thoughts are very clear. And I want to be really good about journaling. And I really want to get scheduled and maintain that schedule. And that's going to include like social media use and just some things that I want to work into my routine on a daily basis. And it's been going really nicely. Even though I've been sick, I've been working on that, getting things a little bit more fluid and calm. I want calmness and clarity and kindness. And that's what I want to share with others. I want to share calmness and kindness with you. I want this to be a place of comfort, and I'm saying this over and over and over and over and over again. I want my channel to be a place of kindness, a place to be uplifted, and a place where you can see that you can go through difficult times and you can take care of what you need to do and move forward and not lose ground, not lose progress that you've made. I feel like I've made so much progress and I've done so much work to gain so much confidence in myself and courage to stand up for myself, if only to the negative thoughts that I personally have. That is so powerful, and leaning into being able to have that and cultivate that for myself it's been really amazing. And I hope that that comes through, and I hope that maybe you deal with a lot of negativity. If you have a lot of directed negativity, that you start to work through that. And I definitely am leaning into that this month. I've noticed, especially last month, that when I am anxious, I open my phone up and go to social media, which usually makes me more anxious, and I scroll and I waste time. And I want to just take that away. And so I am focused on letting go of social media and kind of restricting that to specific times. And hopefully that will work really well. I think so far I've been doing it. I did it most of July. Once we got back from Utah, I started kind of distancing myself, and I've just been, as I started trying to distance, I was more aware of how much I've been like leaning on that as a distraction. And I don't necessarily want to be distracted from dealing with life, you know? So just focused on being present and resetting, getting everything in our home fresh. We've been gone, everything's a little chaotic, and just resetting. I have several home projects that we're working on this month. That decluttering is definitely part of it. And then also, I want to start a garden. I think I mentioned painting and clean the walls, paint the walls, and then declutter each room in our house. And then we are redoing a sofa that I found on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really excited about that for my husband's office. Last year, I don't know if you remember, but we painted my husband's office. I don't know if I ever shared like what color or anything. Again, working on those home projects. And then also, I think this almost goes without saying, I am focused on my 5K training this month. I want to continue forward, like training my 3 times a week. And I've thought about doing some different things, like maybe going to the track once a week and doing some different types of running, but I'm not sold on that. Like I keep wanting to deviate from this plan that I have, and I'm like, no, actually we're just gonna stay the course. We're just gonna do this plan. And then I'm like, but, and then I'm like, no. So I just keep redirecting myself to the plan. I may take the plan to the track, but as far as deviating from what the plan says, I'm just gonna try to make myself not, because that's what I want to do. Like, I'm like, oh, this feels good. Let's do it a lot longer. Let's do this. Let's do all of the things. And I'm like, slow your roll. There's a reason you're doing the plan. So, I also want to spend time learning better, like self-defense, and doing some different things where home defense, self-defense are concerned for obvious reasons. Thank you all so much for your encouragement and kindness on my last video. That was a very destabilizing event that we had, and I definitely am grateful that no one was injured and that it made me think of so many places we are deficient in, like by we I mean me and my husband, in being prepared for that type of situation. And so we're just leaning into that, and I'm going to be working on some more home defense, self-defense things. The last thing, I kind of interlaced it throughout the video. I want to work on honoring my internal needs, things that I feel that I need. I feel prompted. I want to acknowledge that and lean into those specific things. I want to create that, cultivate that calm, consistent, peaceful, and kind environment. And I want that to be our home. I feel like throughout the course of time, it usually is, with all of the things that have happened, and I keep saying this summer, but even just this year, 2022, I feel I need to recenter and sort of, as I shared, get my footing and kind of face the world a little bit more bravely, a little bit more boldly, and less naive. Here's something I didn't really plan to talk about in this video, but I feel like I want to, so I'm going to. I feel like there are so many things in my life that I have turned down or turned away from because I feel like you have to be someone special in order to do it. or there has to be something special. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. But there are so many things that I've felt that way about. And gardening is one of those where I'm like, man, if only I could grow a garden. And then immediately I think of all of the reasons that I can't do that. And then I get overwhelmed and I don't know where to start. And so I don't start. But this time I was like, okay, it just can't be so complicated. It just can't be. It's got to be super simple. And it's just something that you probably have to be very consistent at. And so I started looking into it. And the more I looked into it, the easier it became. And I'll talk more about this in another video. But I want to encourage you, if you are like me and you tend to think like that couldn't be me, I couldn't do that, or I need this in order to do that, or I need all of these things in a row in order to do that, I'd like to encourage you to start thinking like, why not you? Why not now? Like, but really, like, you're not gonna, even if you have all of the tools, if someone were to show up at my house with all of the things in order to garden, even if they had really great instructions and they just dumped it on my lap, I would still have to start and then work through and have trial and error. Even if there's people that are experienced around me that help me, I'm still gonna have a period of trial and error until I start and then I get that figured out. And I think that's so, it's just with anything, with weight loss is like that, with a fitness journey it's like that, with any hobby or new thing. When we start, we're gonna be terrible at it, and we just need to go forward and kind of pull back on that judgment of ourselves, like in that negative way. I mean, we need to be judging, like, is this a good thing for us to be doing? Is this a good use of our time? Like, are we doing what we should be doing? But like, there's some judgment that needs to happen, but like that negative, like toxic voice meant to undermine and pull you down, whether that's coming externally or internally or both, it's full of lies. And start asking yourself, why not me? If there's something that you want to do that you've been putting off because you don't have the money, or you don't have this piece of equipment, or you don't have this, like, go to the library. Like, you can check out books on anything you need to. Visit community centers in your local community. Like, it's amazing the resources that are out there for us in order to progress. And I am ashamed that I am just now seeing how much is truly out there for us if we look for it. And I owe a lot of that to my friend Yenna. Yenna is like the research queen, like, of everything. And just like, I learned a lot from my friends. So hopefully, if a lot of you probably already do those things, and it's probably unhelpful, but if you find yourself like giving up on things that you want to do, or your hopes, your dreams even, because you feel like you need to have something externally, you don't. You just need to start and start moving. Like, pick one tiny little thing and start today. Anyway, I will end my TED Talk and my video, which I think is now very long. This is just in August, my intentions. We're gonna start next month with, like, it'll look, I don't know what it'll look like, so I'm gonna make no promises. Look back on my August goals at the beginning of September and see where we're at. And I hope that you will make a few August goals that bring you peace and calmness and will help you progress. They don't necessarily have to be easy things. They can be hard things. I feel like a lot of the things on my list are quite hard for me, but I am just gonna approach them and give them my best effort, and I encourage you to do the same. Thank you so much for hopping on my channel and watching me croak. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, the bell to be notified when I post and do premiere videos. So premiere videos are when I put a video up, but then I'm in the chat, and so I can chat with you as we watch. You can ask questions and things. And if you haven't and you want to follow along on my story, on my weight loss journey, on my life journey, my journey to run a 5K, then click that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.